Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about true beauty. What does that even mean? Yeah, what is true beauty? Keep watching. On the channel today, I have the beautiful Cerinah Tugume. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
Actually,
Lisa.
welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Yes. So, Serene Beauty celebrated 15 years, and I saw a video on your Instagram page. You're working on a beautiful lady who had vitiligo, and I realized we've actually never had that conversation. We've been friends for some months now, almost a year, guys,
Yes.
almost a year. And yeah, I thought, let's have that conversation. And as we talked, I was like, wait, this has to be shared out with the world because I was blessed by it. So I thought, yeah, come onto the channel and share so we can learn a lot. So welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be back.
Tell them who you are. There's some people who have not yet watched you.
So my name is Cerinah Tugume. I am a wife and a mother of 3 amazing boys. I also run a business called Serene Beauty.
That is doing this amazing makeup, guys. Whoop.
Do you want to look this nice? Yeah. We're your people. So that's who I am.
Yeah. I would love to hear more about your journey. You have vitiligo. Just tell us about that and how it happened or whatever you want to share about this journey, and then we can go right into it.
Okay, so in talking about vitiligo, over the years, I've come to realize that many people don't know what vitiligo is. So they may be watching and saying, what is vitiligo? What are these people talking about? So vitiligo is a skin condition that causes a person to lose skin color. So the pigment producing cells, which is melanin, doesn't function well. And it just happens to a person. You can't stop yourself from getting it. You can't say, let me do this not to get vitiligo. It just happens to a person.
So when did the condition happen? Like when did it start or did you notice?
Yeah, okay. So for me, it started when I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old. And I just started losing color out of my right eye. I had some accident on the eye. And as it was healing, my eye was swollen from that event. And as it was healing, the condition started to come out. I mean, I started to lose color in that eye. And then over time, this other eye also started to lose color. And I was wondering what's going on with me. My mom wasn't in the country at that time. And so it took a while for us to figure out what was going on with me. I had been part of a wedding shortly before that, and I had been a bridesmaid, and so my auntie started saying, oh, maybe the makeup they used on you is reacting with your skin. And so I kind of just waited to find out what was going on. Then when my mom came back, she immediately took me to a skin specialist who then told us, okay, this is what's going on with her. But by then, it had like grown like in many places on my face. So out of my eyes, then eventually out of my lips, and
So you were 10 years old. You were in school by that time. And how was that experience like in school with vitiligo and the confidence and all that stuff?
You know, children can be really mean. Unknowingly, I think, because they are young and children need to be guided. Children need to be helped. That's why they are children. And so sometimes kids say mean things to you. Not just children, actually. Even adults. So it was a bit tough. It was really tough, but I didn't care too much. I was hurt by things people would say. But I think it's as I grew older that I realized, okay, this is tough. In the beginning, it was more how it was affecting my mom. I realized that she was hurting, she was struggling, she was trying to find me solutions. And I was like, I don't really care. I didn't like trying out too many treatments. I was still young. But then as I grew into teenage years, you know, you start to deal with things like identity.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to fit in. I went into S1 and, you know, changed schools. So you go into a new environment, and when you meet new people, then you're reminded that, oh, I have something.
This, because they have to ask questions.
Yeah,
What's
or they
wrong?
look at you strange and you're like, oh, it's because of this. But otherwise, you know, I would forget about it. It was hard, like the first years, you know, doing a lot of different treatments. I think, you know, my mom was trying everything. Everyone would tell her, she'd be like, oh, let's try this. Oh, let's see this. You see a skin specialist, it starts to go, and then it starts to come in other places. Yeah. So it was tough. It was tough, yeah.
So your mom, you tried everything. And the conclusion when it comes to vitiligo, is it that it can't heal? What is that? Oh.
You know, vitiligo it responds differently to different people. I have met people who got vitiligo and didn't spread. They just have it like on their lip, just a small patch on the lip, and that's it. Or on the eye, and it stops. Other people, it spreads like a wildfire. Yeah. I mean, I've met people and my heart just breaks. Just seeing what they have to go through. Yeah. I've met people who completely lost color. Like, everything went. It's so sad. It's very tough. To just see something happen to you, you can't control it. Yeah. And, you know, it's changing who you are because that's not who you're used to being. Yeah. But it responds differently. Okay. There are people who do treatment and they heal. It completely goes. I have friends who said, oh, I did this and it went.
It worked, yeah.
And so when people meet you, they're like, you should do this. It's going to work. And it's not going to work. It may work, but it may not work. So you try so many things and they don't work for you. And then it can be really frustrating. Yeah.
Serena, I've seen you for these past months we've been together. You're the most confident, lively, like, no one can even know that you have vitiligo. Like, if they do not, you get it? Yeah. Like, what has given you that confidence and, you get what I'm saying? Like, some of us, you get rush, like, on your face, and you just feel like, I don't want anyone to see me. Yeah. So how have you gone about it?
It's been a journey. It's been so many years. It's been a journey. And it's interesting, I was talking to a friend recently and she asked me, when did you get your healing? And that's when I realized I was actually healed. Like on the inside, because ask anybody with vitiligo, the biggest problem is actually how it affects you on the inside in terms of your emotional world, your psychological world, like your mind, your heart, how you feel about yourself, being able to have the freedom to do life with no limitations. And I'm not like that. I have healed over the years. I am okay. It is not in any way a hindrance to my life. Yeah. So it's been a process, and we can talk about that. Yeah. I would say the biggest thing that has made the difference for me is my walk with God, my relationship with God. God came into my life early.
How old were you?
When I was a child, really. When I was a real little child, like I was 10-ish, about the same time. And over the years, I have grown in my walk with God. That area of my life, God came to it and spoke into it. Yeah. And just healed me over the years. God said specific things to me that just settled it for me. Now, I can have vitiligo, or it's okay. It's okay for me to have it because of the things that God has done in my heart. Yeah. Of course, would I want it to go? Of course. I would be happy if it went. I will do what I can for it to go. In terms of if I have treatment that is working, I will do it. Okay. But if it doesn't go, it's not the end of my life. Yeah. So that is what I call healing. It's not a hindrance. Instead, it's something God is using in my life to minister to other people in so many ways. Yeah.
So across the journey, what have been some of your biggest lessons having vitiligo?
Okay, first of all, one big lesson is that everybody is dealing with pain. pain of some nature, with some kind of struggle. So trouble is part of life, but what do you do with it? For me, God used vitiligo to draw me to himself. It helped me grow to know God. Our troubles we should be able to process our troubles as opposed to overlook them, push them away and become destructive, find other ways to distract yourself, sometimes through work, through even things that look good like work. Face your pain. Face your pain and deal with it. And for me, I think that made all the difference. And it was over the years. I had great friends. So one way that I survived through school was just enjoying my friends. So I've always had great friends. And I chose to close the noises of the bad noises.
The negativity.
People in town say bad things to you. I mean, you're just walking and someone throws a bad comment. But they do that to everybody. It's not just people with vitiligo, I mean, they will tell you, you know what it is like in Kampala. But I chose to enjoy the people that were my friends, who loved me for who I was, and just manage through the pain. So I took this pain to God and really engaged God until he came through for me and spoke to that part of my heart. And it made all the difference. Deepened my walk with God and gave me purpose. Because of having vitiligo, I believe that I would not be doing Serene Beauty if I didn't have vitiligo.
Because tell us about how the relationship between Serene Beauty and
vitiligo. So, first of all, when I was 16 turning 17, when I was joining a new school, it's always hard, changing environments. I knew, okay, I'm going to a new school. So I actually had started my first week at Green Hill Academy. My aunt told my mom, you know what, let Serena come, let me show her how to do her makeup. It will help her feel confident and fit in. I was like, I didn't like it actually. I didn't like the idea. I went, they gave me the makeup. I was like, now what's this, So I started doing my makeup that way. And then I realized, okay, when I had vitiligo on my face quite a bit at that time. I realized that when I put makeup on my face, I don't stand out. Like people don't
notice or anything.
Or look at you strange. Like people can be rude. People can be rude in Uganda. So I noticed that, I fit in. So it made me comfortable. So I started doing my makeup that way, And then I got better. At first I hated it. It would take me like an hour to get ready for school. I'm like, no, what is this? But then I learned, and then I became very quick at it, very fast. Like I can do makeup in 5 minutes. And I'm done. I became really quick. And then over the years, so my friends started to notice that I knew what to do. And those days, there were no people doing makeup. So I remember even if I did a small thing, my friends would be so impressed.
Like, even me, please, do on my face.
I know. But then over the years, then I started to polish my skill. When I started working, my jobs, I used to travel a lot out of the country. I started buying good quality makeup, very nice brands. And in the process, it was easy for me to do my friends' makeup for their weddings. And then over time, I started the business. But that's what you see on the outside. That's how God built my skill. But how did God build my heart, which is really the heart of the business? It was through the pain. Another very important lesson, as I share this point, I learned about what true beauty is.
True beauty. Which
is really what I seek to do with my business. It's not just a hair and makeup business. My goal is to help women rediscover themselves and come to understand, what does beauty mean? When you say, Lisa, you're beautiful, what is that? Is it just your nice hair? Is it your eyelashes? Is it, God has gifted you with certain good features, But the point is that what is true beauty is who you are
as a person,
how people experience you, and it's my desire that I will help women rediscover that.
Yeah.
To grow in, and that's why we're called Serene Beauty.
And your is it
Our tagline,
your tagline is
inner beauty at the fore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will ask, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And I'll quote something from the Bible, a verse that I hold so dear. And yeah, so it's in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3-4, which says that your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as braided hair, gold jewelry,
Eyelashes,
all those nice things. But it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. Unfading, please note. The unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight.
Yeah.
I mean, look, God looks at you, and what wows him the most about you is who you are on the inside.
Yeah.
And if that's what God thinks of you, if it matters what God thinks, it should matter to you. Because he made you. And so he made you with a plan and purpose and with an idea of what you should be.
Yeah.
So when he says that beauty on the inside is where your greater focus should be, and that's not to say don't braid your hair just to be careless. No. Take good care of yourself. Be a good steward of your body.
Yeah, it's a
your
temple.
body is a temple of the Lord. Take care of it. But your greater focus should be on
your heart.
Inside. So for me, having vitiligo helped me to make that, to understand that.
Yeah.
Because I realized that there are certain things you can't control about your physical body.
Yes.
And for women, as you grow older, you will do your best.
But
moisturize, do all those things. Hey, at some point, the Bible says that beauty fades.
It's fleeting.
It's fleeting. The Bible says beauty is fleeting. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. When your inside is growing into more and more beauty, you become more and more beautiful.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself, but your concern should be more what's happening inside of me.
Yeah.
Who am I becoming? What character issues do I need to deal with? In which areas do I need to be transformed? When it says that the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, can you imagine experiencing a person with a gentle and quiet spirit every day? If we were all like that, it would be a much better world.
Love, it would just be,
Exactly. How do you impact people? How do people experience you? Yeah.
And Serena, right now we're talking about vitiligo, but there are so many women who have other things.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone is complaining, my boobs are too small, or my bum is flat, I don't have hourglass, and things like that. So for me, it's transposing that what you're saying to my daily life. Sometimes I wake up in the mirror and I feel like I'm not beautiful. Imagine. So are you going to listen to those small voices and what? Or someone on the internet says, you have bad teeth, you know? Yeah, because it happens.
People will say to you, you will also say to yourself, I work on brides. Let me tell you, I don't know how many brides, almost every woman, many women, people say things to themselves and you're like, how can you say that to yourself? Like,
I'm guilty.
You're working on a girl. She's like, I hate my eyes. Make sure that my eyes. And I'm like, look, you have such beautiful eyes. And I promise you, Lisa, I do not flatter.
Yeah.
When I'm praising somebody, I'm working on them. I learned to say what I think about people, to speak those positive words to them because they don't know them.
Yeah.
You tell, they're like, my nose, mine. I'm like, Vanange, what's up with your nose? Because they told her growing up, you have a bad nose.
And she believed it and we received it and you're hanging on to it.
Yes. So there's that side. But the point that I think for me was just so life-changing was that who you really are is who you are on the inside. This body is going to fade away. Eventually, will die, be buried.
Yeah.
But what's happening inside you? There's another scripture that really made the difference for me. That even when I read it now, it's like new.
Yeah.
It says, therefore, we do not lose heart. For outwardly, we are wasting away. Yet inwardly, we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. Therefore, we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal.
Wow.
It felt like God had just dropped that there for me. Look, what does it say? It's saying who you are on the inside. Focus on renewing that day by day.
Day by day. It's daily even.
Growing in beauty day by day. Growing day by day. Because what's on the outside, it may look like it's wasting away. For me, it really felt like wasting away. I was losing color. But on the inside, God was working on me and growing me. Yeah? And then, the fact that it says light and momentary, I said, wow, God, light and momentary? This doesn't feel like light and momentary.
Yeah.
But when in view of eternity, it feels like light and momentary. And so I came to a place of saying, I have grown to a place of saying, God, if you would have me have vitiligo while I'm here on earth, so that it can achieve much greater things for eternity, it's okay.
For his glory.
It's okay.
And I've seen it.
Yeah. Light bulb moment with Lisa's friend. Did you know that the only parts of your body that will not stop growing is your nose and your ears? So please, that nose is still growing. Embrace it. Just allow. Enjoy it for now. There's another verse. I may sound like I'm preaching, but
okay.
I can't help it because this for me has been life-changing.
Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 13, it says that for now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. For now we know in part, then we shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And what it said to me was, look, I know you. I know you. And so just knowing God knows me, he knows how this feels, he knows what the struggle is, was comforting. But then it also said that right now you can't see the full reflection. You can't see the full picture, but then you will know. You will know fully. And at that point I felt that I will know fully when I eventually die and meet God. I'm like, what was that about?
Yeah. Like, what's up?
Yeah, only to realize that I already know now. I'm like, I see the purpose of this. I'm like, God, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not here forever. You know, we are strangers in this world, just passing through. Eternity is really where we are headed. And if what has happened to me can have an impact in my life and other people's life for eternity, it's okay.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want to track back a bit, you know, on your journey. Being a teenager or on campus or whatever, you know, girls, you're just like, wanna get the boys, or maybe like, did you feel like it hindered you in any way? Like boys looked at you differently, or did you feel like,
not at all.
Did you know?
Not at all. Okay, first of all, I will say that throughout my single years, I made the choice to be single. It's me who chose, as in, it wasn't for lack of a person pursuing me. There were people pursuing me. I never ever felt that it was a hindrance. And I want to say that because I want women to know those things you see about yourself, other people don't see them. I mean, there were people who liked me throughout my teenage years, my young adult years, until I chose my husband. I made the choice.
I chose my husband.
Yes. Yes, until I made the choice that this is the one I'll marry.
This is the one I want.
I don't feel like it was ever a hindrance. So many times it's actually you who thinks little of yourself. So a confident woman is an attractive woman. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And so
when I can say that again,
a confident woman is an attractive woman. That's why you need to take care of inside of you, so that you're at peace with who you are, because you become attractive.
That's true.
Yeah. Take care of whatever it is you feel about yourself. It's inside you. Yeah. Take care of it.
And actually, as we're talking about that, when we had the conversation for this video, you know, you touched some places in my heart, you know. And I was asking Steve, but Steve, you know, because lots of times, like you've said, we are our biggest critics as ladies. Oh my God, my what? This is not right. And yet the men are not even seeing those things. And when you mentioned that actually it's the inner beauty, like your heart. When I asked Steve, what makes you I mean, what makes me beautiful?
Yeah.
The things he said.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with why your eyebrows, why your what, why your nose is sharp and nice, why your lips, nothing at all.
It's about how he experiences
exactly
you.
the sacrifices you make
Yeah.
as a wife, you know.
Yeah.
It's those things,
Yeah.
like you've said, your character, and
Yeah.
it was just like eye-opening to just to be
Yeah.
affirmed, like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these things we do, yes, we do, and what,
Yeah.
but it's not what
Yeah.
makes you who
Yeah.
you are.
Like
For me, it
I
was-
do makeup.
Yeah.
And I shared with you how when I go and do, my husband is not moved.
Nothing.
He's not moved. He's like, yeah, you look nice. And then when I don't do, like we're going for a wedding and I'm late, I'm like, it's okay, I'll do something quick in the car. And he's like, oh, you look nice. And I'm like, really?
I've done nothing.
Actually, he will compliment me at the breakfast table.
Yeah.
Zero makeup on. And I'm just there, as in I'm not putting in effort. But most times, he's really speaking about how he's experiencing you.
Yeah.
If you ask Steve, like I said to you, if you ask Steve, what would make you call me beautiful? I mean, how have I grown in beauty in this marriage? He's going to talk about character things. How have I grown in beauty? He will describe character things. So yes, take care of your physical body, your outward body. But that's not where your greatest focus should be. Your greatest focus should be
in your
what's
heart.
happening inside of you.
Yeah.
If there's anger and bitterness, deal with it. If there's anxiety, deal with it. Because if you're anxious, you're going to extend that anxiety to Steve and put him under pressure, and he'll experience you negatively. If you're afraid, you cannot go out and do what you're supposed to do. So deal with whatever is going on inside of you. If there's envy, if there's doubt, self-doubt, I saw you talk about self-doubt, deal with what's happening inside of you and grow into that gentle and quiet spirit.
And Serena, I want to just ask, you've talked about, of course, being at the table, you know, having breakfast, etc. Your kids see you, and how are you passing that on to the children? Because like you've said, children can be mean sometimes, you know, and as we're raising them, what are you teaching them about beauty as men, you know? Because yes, we're talking about these men who see our hearts, but then there are men who are just looking outwardly and we know that stuff is fleeting. You know, tomorrow you get pregnant and your nose is from here to his ends. You guys know. So in raising the children, how are you sharing that story?
First of all, my children are little. They are 3 little boys. But I think for now, for their age, what is age appropriate at the moment is I teach them not to say mean things about people. And so if I catch one of them maybe express something about someone, I'll correct them in the moment. For example, there's a child in our circles who has a bit of delayed development. And so at 6 years, he should be speaking a certain way, doing certain things, but he's not. He talks like a child. He had delayed speech. And, you know, my son was joking about it and laughing about it, how this child, and I was like, no. Don't. I caught him in the moment. I said, you don't do that. That's unkind. And, you know, there are children who have delay because of certain reasons. And so when you laugh about it, it's not kind. So, you know, just catching them in the moment. My son had an accident at 3 years with electricity, and it burned his hand in his palm, and so he has some scars. And I found them one time they were laughing about it with his younger brother. His younger brother actually was teasing him and saying, your electricity hand. I said, there is no electricity hand in this house. Like, you cannot say that about your brother.
It's not okay.
Because when you don't catch it in the moment, they learn to joke about people and that way.
Someone else,
but now then they know, no, you don't. You don't do that.
Okay, Serena, someone may say that, so are you saying that if I have this rash on my face, or I have these bad teeth, or whatever, like I don't correct them, or I just accept myself?
You just focus on inner beauty. Of course not. Of course not. Like I said, you need to take care of your body. Put in the work. In terms of physical care for your body, you are a steward of your body, and you have to be a good steward. If you have a rash, work on it. If you have an issue, deal with it. Even I myself, with my vitiligo, I have had treatment over the years, and I got some really good treatments that has made a huge difference. Like with my face, I'm okay. I'm mostly okay.
Yeah.
And so even as I deal with women, like when I meet people with vitiligo, I'm not just telling them, Bambi in a beauty, like work on the inside, heal what. No, I actually send them to the doctor. I tell them which dermatologist to see and what kind of treatment to get. I'm trying to help some ladies to get access to certain things that will help them. And so, yeah, you heal the inside, but no, focus, like I said.
The main focus.
The main focus should be who you are on the inside.
Yeah.
And the verse doesn't say, don't braid your hair, don't wear jewelry. It says, your greater focus should be on the unfading beauty of your inner person. And then the other is secondary. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've shared beautifully. So as we conclude, what would be those things you want to tell women out there who are struggling with their physical appearance or have vitiligo or whatever it is, because everyone is struggling in their own way. Yeah. What are those key things you'd like to tell them?
Like I've mostly said during the interview, who you are on the inside is the most important person of who you are.
Yeah.
And so focus there, do that work. If there's stuff that needs to be dealt with inside there, deal with it. If there's pain that is not resolved, resolve that pain. Because it will free you, mature you to be able to have impact in other people's lives, but also allow you to be all that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I've mentioned this enough in this interview, but you need the right kind of people in your life.
Yeah.
For me, a big part of my healing was my community. I've always had great friends, and I have amazing people in my life. When things were so tough, trust me, I wasn't doing all this on my own. I wasn't praying in my house alone. I have grown to believe that God doesn't work with us as individuals. He works with us in the setting of community.
Yeah.
You need the right people in your life. And you need to allow people to walk with you.
That's one thing, allowing.
You know, we all have different pain. Don't do your pain alone.
Find the right people.
Yeah. Find the right people. Get help. Help doesn't always have to be professional help. Professional help is good. I'm not trying to downplay it. It is so good. It is so important. There are times where you have to get to that. But the right people in your life are so important.
Yeah.
I was saying to you earlier when we spoke, there's a time when the pain was overwhelming. I went to a friend's home and I cried my heart out. I cried my heart out that day, and all my friend could do was just pray.
Yeah.
And she just prayed for me. Let me tell you, those things have been so useful on my journey of healing. And just people loving you for who you are, they make you forget that there's this challenge in your life. They don't define you by this thing. And so you grow to realize, I'm not defined by this thing.
Yeah.
So the right people in your life.
The right people, because the people who have those friends that keep pointing out your negative things, like they're not helping in any way, they're not building you, they're just being negative. The right ones.
Yeah. People who love you for who you truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Guys, me when I talk to Serena, I just felt like, honestly, Lisa, please, can you just focus on the right thing? I think for me, you've really blessed me. And I was telling Steve, after we talked a bit, because I kept telling Steve, babe, do you see this rush? Do you see this? He's like, which one? I'm like, are you seeing it, And now he was like, now every time you ask me about your rush, I'll just call Serena to talk to you. Because, it's, when I talk to you, I just felt like free. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have felt what I felt, but let us know in the comment section, what are you going to work on? What are you going to work on? Because, hey, we need to deal with the inside. Thank you so much, Serena, for being here.
Pleasure, an absolute pleasure, Lisa.
She's already such a blessing. I can't believe I've known her for just months. In December was the first time we met. December last year.
November last year.
We shot in December. November, November, imagine. We have not yet even reached a year, but this girl, she just pours into me. And
thank you, Lisa.
I can't allow what pour into me only. So I said, let me just pass on because I love you guys, Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share widely. You might actually save a friend. My name is Lisa Kusima. As always, I'm here to inspire.